flies over the top. We'll just wait for this little tractor to go around the corner so you can hear me. So sometimes if there's things like balloons or hang gliders that end up drifting across their enclosure, you'll see them having a bit of a mad panic doing this job. But we actually don't mind if they do this because it lets us know that they're acting as exactly as they should act, as wild meerkats would. And it's a really good thing for them to do every now and then to stay more natural. So last but not least, I will come on to the food. Now I'm not sure how many of you here have seen a meerkat eating before. They have quite a varied diet, and here at the zoo they get a mixture of fruit and veg as well, but also lots of smaller animals because they are carnivores, which is why they have those big sharp teeth. Now there's not an awful lot of food to eat out in the desert, so they're quite limited as to what they can have, which means they end up eating quite dangerous food. So things like scorpions and snakes, spiders and other bugs that they can get hold of. Now if we were to get bitten or stung by our meerkat's food, it might really hurt us. It could cause us some serious problems. But when it comes to our meerkats, they have a really high venom tolerance, so they can take an amount of these bites and stings without it being too bad for them. Now they're different in us in another way as well, because especially on hot days like this, we need to drink plenty of water to make sure we stay hydrated. But there's not an awful lot of water, as you can imagine, out in the desert. So their digestive system is specially adapted to suck as much liquid and water out of their food as they possibly can. So meerkats don't actually have to drink that much because they can get it from their food. Now, even though their food is very dangerous and they are good at working as a team to catch their food, when it comes to their babies, it's only the alpha male and female that have pups. So they're really precious, which means what they do is they give their babies either dead animals or they chop off the bit that's dangerous for them to practice on until they get good at it. So although they can be quite vicious predators, they are also very loving families. So that does bring me towards the end of the meerkat talk. Thank you all very much for standing out in the sun and listening. I will be over at the bush dogs feeding them where there is a little bit more shade at 3 o'clock if you are interested. And if you have any questions, please feel free to come and ask me. I've just finished up this talk with a big thank you to you guys, because although our meerkats are least concerned, a lot of our animals, like our Amur leopards and our orangutans behind you, are critically endangered, and they are all part of breeding programs. So by supporting us at the zoo, we've already helped a lot of these animals today, so a big thank you to you guys. Enjoy the rest of the sun while it's out. Might see some of you later.
Là khỏi cái này